Good afternoon, everybody. We would like to welcome you to our webinar today. This is Nexford University in partnership with KIPS Technical College on the BBA Top-up program. So we will give it a couple of seconds and see if people are still joining in before we kick off the webinar. Karibuni sana. So I see we are now at 10 participants. I know people will still be joining, but we'd want to appreciate a big cognizance of those that have kept time. So allow us to kickstart our webinar today. So by way of introduction, my name is Lydia Karingithi, and I'm the Partnerships Manager for Nexford University in Kenya. I am not a stranger to KIPS. I know Sorry, apologies about that. I just had blackout. Sincere apologies for that. I noticed I dropped off in the middle of my conversation. Um, So yes, sincere apologies. So allow me to kickstart again. And I was giving a high-level overview on who Nexford is. This is for those that we haven't had the chance to interact before. So as Nexford, our slogan is University Reimagined or Higher Education Reimagined. And I love that because it really speaks to who we are and who we are designed for. So we pride ourselves in being a challenger university that is designed for a global audience that is looking to build in-demand skills while at the same time earning recognized and accredited credentials. So what we have done as a university, we have reimagined what a modern learning experience looks like, and we have designed that 100% online. We leverage technology to deliver learning. And we are able to do this. And the advantage of that is that we are able to deliver high quality education at a fraction of the cost what traditional universities are able to deliver. All our programs are future focused. And I know we have had these conversations before. We've had a couple of inquiries on our specializations and why those specializations, and they really speak to the future of work and also competency based. And what this does for you as a learner is that you are able to build practical skills that you will be able to use to get ahead in your career. The beauty of online learning is that there are no fixed class times, and therefore you are able to flex your learning to fit your schedule. Whether you are working, whether you are running a business, you're able to flex your learning around that. And our tuition fees are also charged on a monthly basis, and therefore the faster you graduate, the more money you save. So yes, welcome to Nexford. And at this point in this juncture, I would now like to invite the KIPS technical principal, college principal, Ivan Zomoya, to give his remarks on our partnership. Karibu sana, Principal Evans.
Thank you, Lydia. And apologies, I got disrupted. I'm still in the office, so I will say that we are glad that we have this partnership with Nexford University, and I would want just to be very brief and say that for the numbers that are joining, the participants, we had over 60 who had registered to join the webinar. However, of course, there could be various challenges facing them. So I will say, as I start, that I can see the webinar is being recorded. I think after this, with your authority, you can share with us our discussion so that we can also forward to the members, especially those who are intended to join, so that then they get the information still. And as I was saying earlier, or rather what we were saying with Lydia, is that such programs are really meant to, is for us to push the message to the recipients and the target audience. However, of course, occasionally you could have a challenge here and there, but so long as we have a strategy on how to get as many of the members on board, we are able to do that. Now, in brief, I would say that we as KIPS Technical College are happy that we have partnered with Nexford University. And it is my role and duty to first assure the members who are going to undertake their programs, or the students who are going to undertake their programs under the Nexford University BBA program, as it is the virtual program, that they are going to get a credible paper at the end of the day, and that paper is recognized locally and internationally. So what I feel is that this is a paper that opens the boundaries for the students who are going to pursue this program, because then you gain an internationally recognized paper or certificate that you can use across the globe. At the same time, I also want to say that before I go into the content, possibly very briefly, of the partnership, is that as an institution, we don't just get into partnership with any other institution because we have many who want to also work with us, but we have to be careful that what we are getting the students especially into is credible and is going to serve them in their career, and not a program where they are going to simply get a paper and thereafter they are not able to really apply or use this paper for their career. So what we did, of course, we had to engage the local regulator for university education, who is CUE, Commission for University Education, and we got their confirmation that this paper that this student gains from their studies with the Nexford University will be considered valid and will be credible for them to be considered having studied and attained that level of education. Of course, with their accreditation status being clear that in the US, the institution is fully recognized, even the program is fully recognized as a fully fledged virtual program. Then we went into the details of what can the students then benefit from this kind of partnership, because it's not about just the institution, but about also the participants who are going to take part in this program. And we realized and we came up with a few areas, mostly two, which is one, there can be discounted rates for our students, those who come through the institution. And number two, the exemptions are there for those already, of course, who have qualified at that level. And of course, the bigger advantage also is equally that, this is a virtual training session. And I've had a chance to talk to somebody who had already gone through the program, and he tells me that it's an intensive program. Definitely, in this age and time, people are moving online, they are moving virtual. And so there is no doubt that this is a virtual program, so maybe some quality aspects of training may be compromised. That is not the case, because I know somebody has already confessed to me that they are very serious in training, including checks for plagiarism and other such academic, ills that can easily be blamed on such a system of curriculum delivery. So we have the confidence as an institution that any of our students who pursues this program, who goes through this Nexford University BBA program, is going to benefit big time upon completion. And of course, then he will be, or she will be, prepared for the bigger world just beyond our borders as a country. And so that's what I will say for now. And I would say that we are in it for the long term. We intend to keep, of course, informing as many of our students as possible on this program, because as they say, information and knowledge is power. So until our students know the benefits of this program, they may not also appreciate the essence and the real benefits that they are going to drive from such a program. Obviously, when you compare the cost of attaining this degree against the cost of attaining a similar degree of the same level from the local universities, the cost for the full program is really much lower compared to the local universities program. So, of course, that is a big saving, and then it makes the program much more affordable. And I believe that when you match affordability with quality, then you have the best product. And I think that is the product that the Nexford University BBA program is all about. Thank you, Lydia.
Thank you very much, Principal Evans, for those remarks. We appreciate it. And yes, there are a couple of benefits, as he has mentioned, as Principal Evans has mentioned, that a diploma graduate from KIPS would stand to gain by undergoing the Nexford BBA, and that's what we are going to talk about. And I know we will be sending an email after this, but just to highlight, through this partnership, you are getting a 30% tuition discount from what other students would pay for the BBA. So the standard cost for our BBA is $135 per month, but because of the partnership with KIPS Technical College, the tuition fee is at $92 per month. So that is one thing that we believe, especially in this era when we are having challenges with the economy and inflation, that there is no better time to invest in your education like now. And I would now like to invite Sandra, our manager, registrar and admissions, to run us through the admission requirements for the KIPS students.
Lydia, as we do that, maybe some members saying they have challenges logging in. I'm not sure if there's somebody on standby to support them log in.
Yes, we have someone who's on standby to support them logging in. Yes, we do have someone on standby.
All right, so I would like to discuss the BBA admission requirements. So first off, you will be required, or applicants will be required to submit a digital copy of their government-issued ID. We accept a national ID, passport, voter's card, or a driver's license. You also, applicants also need to submit a digital copy of their passport-style photo and a proof of graduation or completion. So the acceptable credentials for the BBA application are the KCSE. The minimum requirement for KCSE is to attain a mean grade of C+. If someone has completed an IGCSE or International General Certificate of Secondary Education, the minimum requirement is to attain C's in 5 subjects, including mathematics and English. Just in case someone would have completed an equivalency for high school in non-traditional routes, they can take GED, which is the General Education Diploma, and the minimum score for this one is 145 for each content module. There are 4 modules in the GED test. And for those who hold a diploma, a 3-year diploma in Kenya, you can also apply for the BBA program, and we can also process the top-up for this one. So specifically for diploma in business management, we can do a bulk transfer. Those who are who have diplomas in other programs, transfer credit may apply. And the last two admission requirements is the evidence of English language proficiency. We require this to all our applicants. However, as we have already verified the official language of instruction in Kenya for the different educational stages, this requirement has been waived. And for the last part in your application journey is for you to submit for you to pay the application fee of $25. Once you have paid for that one, it will be ready for review and our admission officers will be handling your application. Just to give more information on the top-up program, for KIPS, we have reviewed the diploma in business management, and we have verified that there are 16 courses that we're able to transfer in, and BBA learners will have just to complete 24 courses at Nexford University, completing the 40 required courses under the BBA program. You can earn the BBA program as little as 18 months if you undergo the accelerated learning path. The accelerated learning path is one of our learning paths at Nexford University, wherein learners can enroll in 3 courses concurrently after completion of their first course at Nexford. Basically, that's it for our admission requirements in the BBA top-up program. Lydia, back to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sandra. I'd like to invite Mai to now run us through the virtual tour of our learning platform.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Mai and I'm a senior Nexford application specialist. I'm happy to be joining this webinar today so that I can help give an idea of how the Nexford learning journey is going to be like. I will be showing my screen so everyone can see the online learning platform. All right, I think everybody should be able to see my screen right now. So once a learner enrolls at Nexford, they should already receive access to our online platform. Of course, I'm not a Nexford learner, so this is a demo account, but this basically looks exactly how it's going to look like for other Nexford learners. Once you've gotten enrolled, you can receive early access even if you choose a future start date. And during that time, you'll receive access to all of the Nexford learner benefits, which I'm going to be happy to cover as well today. So first of all, once you've gotten enrolled, the first thing you do need to complete is the NXU orientation. So the orientation is sort of the welcome package for every Nexford learner once they get enrolled. It tells them everything they need to know about the online platform, how to navigate through it, how to receive extra support or help, whether from faculty or our success advisors, which we also call our learner success team. They can even reach out to our tech team, marketing, and so much more. So they get connected with really the whole university and all of our different departments. So let's just dive into the module section for the NXU orientation. NXU standing for Nexford University, of course. All right, and right from the beginning, you get a welcome video from our founder and our CEO, Fadl Tarzi, where he tells everybody a bit more about Nexford University and Nexford's mission and how we got started. I would love to play this for you guys just for a few seconds, so you may have an idea.
It's been said that the future is a convenient place for dreams, so why not dream big? I've always known education changes lives, but I first realized its impact over a decade ago. On my entrepreneurial journey, I saw a gap between the skills of college graduates and the needs of employers. With my own startups, I struggled to find people with the right competencies. For example, I couldn't find a software engineer with effective communication skills. I couldn't find the creative designers who could plan. I thought to myself, is this why unemployment stats of college graduates grab so many media headlines? And it's not a graduate's fault. Burdened by heavy debt, cohorts of learners walk away from university unprepared for the workplace. That's why I set out to create a university for you, one that I'm convinced has the potential to positively impact lives as well as millions worldwide. I'm Fadel Al-Tarzi, and I can proudly say that I'm the founder and CEO of Nexford University. Expect.
All right, that is just a sneak peek of that video, but I do want to say that this video right here is a small example of the different and dynamic elements through which Nexford learners would be studying through or with. It's not just going to be a lot of text. Learners are going to find embedded videos like these, sometimes audio clips, links to outside resources for them to go through, YouTube videos, blog length articles, and so much more. So there's always something to keep our learners engaged. I will be showing one of the BBA courses today also, just to give an example of how those different dynamic elements look like. But back to the orientation here, as you progress through it, we start to tell you about things, that learners can do from the start so that they may receive support. And that is like getting introduced to our Nexford community. We truly recommend from the start that learners join these WhatsApp study groups. It's great to have a study buddy from the beginning. We have so many WhatsApp groups from all around the world, and that is because, of course, Nexford currently has learners from more than 110 countries around the world. If ever a WhatsApp group is full, any learner can request to create their own WhatsApp group and have it shared with other learners so that they may join. We also have peer mentors, so learners are asked to reach out to our success team to know how to get connected with a dedicated peer mentor, and those are already current Nexford learners that are happy to help, welcome new learners and get them settled in the online platform. And then we have these, what we call the Nexford community. We have these discussion forums that are embedded in every course, and in the introduction part, or the NXU orientation rather. What you're asked to do for this discussion forum is to just introduce yourself, tell everybody a bit more about yourself, you're given instructions here of how to introduce yourself and how to respond to other learners. Often all the responses would be right at the bottom here, where other learners can interact with that, reply, react to that, and so on. And then learners through the orientation will start to go through the important policies and the different resources that they have access to all throughout their Nexford program. So you'll learn about the university policies, how can you add more than one course at the same time, if you're ever having a tech issue or you need to reach out to a professor, you'll know where to go for all of that. So we have a knowledge base. There's a page here all about the different Nexford University policies. So Nexford learners can take a break from their program. For our BBA, I believe it's still, we call it a leave of absence. So everybody has an allowance, a leave allowance of up to 8 months. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sandra, but I believe it is still 8 months for BBA learners. And sorry.
Yes, you're correct. Yes, you're correct.
Okay. All right, so yes, it is 8 months for BBA learners. I understand that if everyone or anyone has any circumstances that is beyond their control, they can share their situation as well with our success team, and they'll be happy to help them or perhaps make an exception to extend that. But of course, it's a case-by-case basis. But I believe 8 months is more than enough time for anybody to pause, their BBA program. And during that time, of course, they will not be paying tuition. So learners only pay tuition for the months that they spend studying, and breaks can only be taken 1 month at a time. And this is because our courses at Nexford start at the first of every month. So no learner would be able to take a break for just 2 weeks and return. They'll have to wait until the beginning of the next month. So this is just a sneak peek of the NXU orientation. Of course, there's so much information there. It's important to note that the NXU orientation can be completed in as little as 30 minutes. So even though it has 4 modules, it's not very long, and it's just a lot of basic information that'll help guide learners on, getting acquainted, I guess, with the online platform and really the whole university. Another thing to note is just this left side navigation pane that follows all the learners no matter where they go in the online platform. So of course, there's the account information that you can check and edit. If you click on courses, it'll give learners an overview of the courses that they are already enrolled in. And then history will just take them, of course, to the previous pages that they accessed in the online platform. This Ask NXU tool here, we consider to be our virtual advisor. It's always there in case any learner has any basic question. They don't necessarily feel they have to reach out or email specific teams such as our success team to receive an answer for that. Perhaps they're asking about perhaps grades. They can just check that. And often when they ask about, when they check any any question here, any frequently asked question, we provide them with other contact information for who else they can reach out to receive further help. So the virtual advisor is very useful. Of course, they also have their knowledge base, which they can access anytime. And I did mention success advisors, a few times now. I do want to clarify that these success advisors, are sort of the coaches or mentors for our learners. There's 24/7 access to reach out to them, whether that's through WhatsApp or scheduling a call with them or sending them an email. We have success advisors posted all around the world, and they are literally there to help our learners succeed, hence their name. They will often reach out to learners before they even think of reaching out to them. And this is because they track the learner's progress. They make sure that they're on track. They can tell if, some learners are struggling. So they'll reach out to them and help them, whether it's through goal setting or scheduling or so much more. So those are the success advisors. I did say I would show everyone also one of the BBA courses. So Roadmap to Success is one of the early on BBA courses. This is mostly how most courses are designed. You'll see a course syllabus, which is very useful for any course within the degree, and it'll take you to this page to give you some basic information, key information that you need to know about the course, whether it be the description, what skills learners are expected to gain upon completion of this course. There's a course outline, and then you learn all about the grading system for that also, what is expected of you, how to complete the course, and all about faculty support, and so on. That is just a course syllabus, and then you have a course navigation area here to just give you an overview of the table of contents right here on the left side. Let's just jump to modules and jump to the first course there. The first module, rather. So I did mention that it's not just going to be a lot of text in all of our courses, so we can have a few examples here from this one course. As you can see, I progressed through this module before, so it does track, how much you've completed from every module. So I'm back to section 1 here. And right from the beginning, you see this embedded audio clip, which is what I mentioned earlier today.
To help you. Hello, and welcome to the start of your roadmap to success. Our goal with this module.
These are the audio clips that learners can learn from as well.
You will need to be successful.
Yeah, and then sometimes you have interactive slides like this. You have to click on it to get the information that you need. As you can see, things will often pop up, for the learners. So it's very dynamic. It's very interactive. And then I just want to show everyone also this one area where you get a little pop quiz in the middle. It's not graded, but they're just sort of these knowledge checks that are sometimes there. You're just being asked to match these depending on the information you've already gone through. You can submit. And obviously I did that incorrectly, but that's just an example. So as you can see, every area almost looks different than the previous one. So that is an example of one of the BBA courses. Next, I just want to talk about the last, areas here on the left side. We've got the inbox, which is one of the easiest ways that learners can communicate with anybody, whether it be a fellow learner or a faculty member. They also receive announcements straight to their inbox from faculty members, for example. but how easy it is to compose a new message and send that to anybody is just to select the course that they're enrolled in. Let's say it's Roadmap to Success. Do they want to speak with a teacher or a student? In this case, they want to speak, let's say, with, right, let's say student is named Abigail, put the subject in the message and send, and it's that easy. Sorry, guys, it looks like I'm facing some unstable internet connection. I hope everybody can still hear me. Right. Okay, so we're back to the homepage here. The last thing I think I want to go through also is just the learner benefits. Oh, before that, sorry, let's go through the calendar. So of course, everybody has a calendar, and you'll see that there are items or events already included in the calendar based on the program that the learners are enrolled in, and they are color-coded, which is something that learners can play around with from the main dashboard here to just help them organize their online platform. And then anybody can click anywhere to add their own event, to add their own to-do item. They can add more details if they want to flesh that out a little bit more. And the great thing is that this can be synchronized with their PC or laptop or or mobile phone. So that way their calendar is synchronized with whichever device that they're using, so they never miss out on any important events or reminders. Okay, that is the calendar. So next is the learner benefits, which are plenty, but one of which is the NXU library. Let me reopen that. So the Nexford library, or the NXU library, is a robust library of over 60 million resources that cover so many different areas. You can just sit here and to scroll through some of it for everyone. So these include encyclopedias, ebooks, research papers, databases, blog length articles also, and just so much more. So this is a great research tool for learners to utilize while they're learning their BBA program, for example, or any Nexford program. They always have access to that throughout their learning journey. And then finally, I want to just explain quickly that if we haven't figured it out already, these published courses right in front of you are the courses that learners are currently enrolled in, but then you also have a resource that's always available there. So it isn't a course that learners would complete and then, would clear from their dashboard. It's a resource they always have access to. So that is the writing lab. We know that not everybody is a natural born writer, and for the types of assignments that learners would be required to do sometimes, they may be asked to use a certain format that they're not accustomed to using, they haven't used before. So in the module section of the writing lab, that's going to help you with a lot of that, whether it be, to improve your academic writing or to improve your research skills, and to tell you more about those different style guides for writing or something called APA formatting. So there will be papers here that will help learners. There will also be recorded videos that they can watch. And then at the bottom, we have frequently asked questions for further information. And again, if any learner has any question that is still not answered in any area, they can always reach out to their professor or a success advisor. All right, and then we have LinkedIn Learning. So that is, of course, connected to LinkedIn. Every Nexford learner gets additional access to LinkedIn Learning for no additional cost. So normally for anybody to access LinkedIn Learning, they have to subscribe with a certain fee, but at no additional cost, Nexford learners can have access to LinkedIn Learning courses and videos, of which there are over 16,000 different courses and videos covering so many different areas. So it does not have to be related to the BBA or, what the learners are studying. That's the great thing. They have complete access to it any time of the day, any time of the week to study or gain any additional skills or areas they may be interested in. However, if they want some guidance and they want it to be more related to the Nexford program that they're studying, we do also provide suggestions for learners within the program. So for example, in the modules area, sometimes you'll find an area called Expand, where we are giving suggestions for learners for specific LinkedIn Learning courses that they can take that is related to that specific module within that course, in this case, the BBA. here as well, we're suggesting that learners take this LinkedIn Learning course, for example. And then, of course, upon completion of any LinkedIn Learning course, learners do receive a certificate of completion, which they can add to their CV or resume. It's a great way to post in their profile, whether it be LinkedIn or anywhere else. It can show employers or their community that they are learning on the go. They're not just waiting to complete their BBA program, but they're gaining additional skills already throughout that process. And I do want to mention there is an application called Canvas Student. So Canvas is a learning management system that we're using at Nexford. This is the platform that you're seeing here. There is an application for it called Canvas Student. So any Nexford learner can download that. Once they've already gotten enrolled and they have their login information, they can just search for Nexford University and they'll be able to access their online platform on the mobile application as well. So it's very useful to have if any learner wants to study on the go, maybe they're commuting, maybe they're about to go to sleep, they want to just go through their courses or their modules. But it's important to note that while it is functional, it is still required that learners have a PC or a laptop to be doing their studying. It is required for certain assignments which are easier to download and to complete on a PC or a laptop. And also there are proctored assessments sometimes in the Nexford programs. I think for the BBA, there's maybe 4 proctored assessments, 3 or 4 proctored assessments at the beginning, in the middle, and towards the end of their degree. So proctored assessments, I would say, are the closest thing to exams that Nexford has, because we do not have exams at Nexford. Rather, learners upon based on their performance and the assignments and the final projects and so on. But these proctored assessments are timed and they are required for learners to have their video on, and it is required, of course, to be doing it on a PC or a laptop. So that is Canvas Student. Finally, I will just go through all the other career services that Nexford has to offer, whether it's throughout the Nexford learning journey or even after they graduate. So anybody can access nexford.edu/career to learn about how Nexford does help learners, whether it's with their job applications, reskilling or upskilling, how to set up their CV, and so much more. So I just went through LinkedIn Learning, which is one of those learner benefits. And then anybody based in Africa, any learner based in Africa will also receive additional access to IBM Digital Nation Africa. These are for learners that are more interested in tech-related programs, whether it be AI or cybersecurity or programming, then this is a place for them. And then we also have Forage. So Nexford also partnered up with Forage. It is a free resource already. However, in the same way that Nexford suggests LinkedIn Learning courses for learners, we do the same for Forage. Sometimes you'll see it at the top here. So what is Forage? It's a career resource where learners can get virtual work experience, but at real companies like JP Morgan or Accenture. It can complement the learning that these learners are already doing at Nexford, and they can choose to share their task submissions with recruiters, which can lead to hopefully interview opportunities for internships. And for any of the learner benefits, if learners wish to retain access to all of it, whether it be LinkedIn Learning or the NXU library I mentioned earlier today, or their whole program, also learners get Microsoft 365 license while they're studying at Nexford. And then, of course, if they're in Africa, like I mentioned, IBM Digital Nation Africa, then they can choose to, join the Alumni Access Program for this cost. And that way they can continue to have access to all of the Nexford learner benefits. All right, there is a lot to unravel about the Nexford learning experience and all of the benefits, but I think that may be enough for today. I'll be happy to answer, of course, any other area also in the online platform. Okay, I think back to you, Lydia.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Mai, for that. I'd like to call upon one of the learners who's a KIPS alumni, Emmanuel Agesa, who's currently doing his BBA program, to just give a testimonial and what his experience has been to his peers. Welcome, Emmanuel. I can see you have been able to join. Hi, Emmanuel. Kindly unmute so that you can be able to speak.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, we can, Emmanuel.
Okay. My name is Emmanuel Legesa, currently doing a Bachelor of Business Administration at Nexford University. I have been at Nexford for the last 1 month, but I have been really able to gain a lot of experience, which I didn't have earlier. When it comes to the presentations, I didn't have a lot of knowledge using PowerPoint presentations, but currently through the knowledge which I have been able to gain through the Nexford University, I'm now able to present, to give out my presentations using PowerPoint, which is a good experience to me so far. Another thing is about the research. I have been able to gain a lot of experience doing research because most of our assignments are based on the research. So you have to do research so that you can be able to come up with an answer which the lecturer requires. Then another experience which I've gained at Nexford is being able to manage your time, because no one is following you up on your work, but you have to submit your assignments in due time in order to avoid some penalties. It's really been a good experience. So I will urge my fellow students or KIPS alumni to join Nexford University so that we can be together through the journey. It's really a good experience. Just 1 month, but I have really been able to gain a lot. I welcome you, all my fellow KIPS students, to the Nexford community.
All right. Thank you, Emmanuel, for that. And that brings us to the end of our webinar today. We do have a couple of minutes to spare, and we had mentioned on the chat box that you could include your questions there, and we can respond to those. So we have around 10 minutes or so to take any questions that the attendees might have. Please feel free. Kindly post them in the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen, and we will respond to them. At the end of this webinar, we shall be sharing a website that we have built for this partnership that has the link, the application link, and the code for you to make the application. All right, so we have a question by Asenath. How much in Kenyan shillings is one expected to pay as a student? All right, so I'm just going to paste this here with the current exchange rate. And I know we have adjusted our Forex rates with the adjustment that we've also seen in the last couple of weeks where the shilling has been strengthening a bit. So we have also made that adjustment on our end. So I'll post for you the current rate, but it is $92 per month. So just give me a minute and we'll post that on the chat box. Any other questions? Sandra, would you like to respond to how long the course takes, please?
Oh, sorry. The question is from Angela. Can one still apply if they still are pursuing a diploma course, since I see one should apply by 1st of April? So if you're currently taking the diploma program, you have to complete the diploma before you can apply, because we need that information, as this is one of the credentials that is acceptable for a BBA program, meaning you have to complete the external examinations, the 3 external examinations. We need to see a diploma certificate, or if you have diploma transcripts for all of the 3 modules, you can send it over.
Thank you, Sandra. There's also a question on the duration of the program.
So for the duration of the program, the standard duration without any transfer credit or top up, that's 48 months to complete. If you will be undergoing a top up program, the minimum duration is 18 months following the accelerated learning path. As mentioned, this is you are able to take 3 courses at a time after completion of the first course. However, for a guided learning path, if you are under the top-up program, you're able to complete it in 26 months. So there's another question in here that's asking about the intake. So we intake learners every 1st of the month. If you start based on your application or based on the day that you will be applying, it will generate, or you will be able to see the next 3 start dates. So for example, you applied today, you plan to complete enrollment today as well. You'll be able to choose from April, May, and June. So let's say, for example, the deadline for April has already ended, then you can proceed. You will be seeing the next 3 start dates from there.
All right.
I think there's another question in the chat. Is the degree usable in Kenya?
Yeah. Yes, so I can take that. So yes, as Principal Evans mentioned, we are an American accredited university, but we are also recognized by the Commission of University of Education. And even for this partnership to take place, as Principal Evans mentioned, there was due diligence that was done, which was, the college reaching out to the Commission for University of Education to confirm the same. So yes, the degree is usable in Kenya. And also to answer your question, as enough on how much you're expected to pay as a student. So with the current 30% tuition discount, which makes the fees to be $92, we are using a current exchange rate of $142.40, which brings the tuition to 13,064 shillings every month. Okay. All right, so I believe the question has been answered by Sandra. She's spoken about the duration it takes to complete and with the courses that we will be accepting. But also we shall be sharing a presentation after this that shows the courses that you will require to take and the average completion, average duration to complete the course.
I just wanted to make some clarification regarding the diploma. So for diploma in business management, we can implement the BBA Top-up program. But if you don't have a business management diploma, transfer credit may apply for the courses that we are able to transfer based on the diploma courses you have taken during the duration of the program.
Thank you, Sandra. There is a question after the degree, can someone get employment abroad from the university? So as I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the call, we believe that the skills that we impart through, the Nexford education would actually give you leverage to be able to compete for jobs in the global grid. And as we know, and we've seen in the last couple of years, the world is, we're in the era of digital disruption. So no matter where you are, you would be able to apply for jobs, and with the right skills, which we believe we are imparting you, there would be no limits to the jobs that you can actually access. So we believe that, the skills that we impart are future focused, are competency based, so you can demonstrate to an employer that you are ready to work from day one, and therefore there will be no limits as to where you would want to apply for opportunities in. Okay. So, Sandra, there's a question on certificates. How long it takes for one to receive certificates upon completion of graduation?
Once you have completed all the program requirements, a notification will be provided to you by the registrar's office indicating that you have completed the program, and you will be advised to receive the electronic copy of your transcript within 15 working days. If you wish to ask for a copy of your diploma, you can request for it for a fee. We'll provide the form for you to fill out. Once you have submitted the form, we'll connect this with our billings team for you to be billed. And then once you have paid for the fee, we deliver the diploma. Depending on if you wanted a printed copy or an electronic copy, the turnaround time will be different.
All right. There's a question on how's graduation done after completing your study at Nexford. So as Sandra mentioned, upon completion, once you're in good academic standing and, you get the confirmation, then you're able to get your certificate. But in regards to this, all right, someone has actually responded that we do have a graduation in the US and Nigeria. And we are also hoping that with time, the Kenyan numbers will grow, and that will allow us to also hold our Kenyan graduation. But that doesn't mean that you cannot attend any of these graduations. We would support you if you'd want to attend with the letters for you to apply for the visas. And then the rest, will be you carrying out that process with the relevant embassies. And so even if we do have the graduation in future, even if you completed your education a while back, you would still be invited for the graduation ceremony. All right. Great. I don't think there are any other questions. So yes, thank you everyone who joined us today. We appreciate your attendance, and to the Nexford team as well. After this, we will be sending the deck and the link as mentioned for application. And there's a contact information there, but you could also reach us on kenya@nexford.edu if you have any questions regarding the application process or regarding the top-up program, and we'll be more than happy to guide you. We do also have an open day this coming Thursday at our community space. Our space is at Sanlam Towers, and this will be on the 4th floor on the terrace. So we look forward to having you attending. We'll also share with you a link thereafter for you to also reserve your seat. So thank you all, and do have a lovely evening. Goodbye.